too slow. Hey, how are you? What? It's part of the fun. Okay. And we do this, and we do this. And it says we're live, so we should be fine.
A few minutes late. Sorry about that.
It's been a busy day. Yay! There it is. And I close that.
Oh, you spelled study wrong.
Did I?
Yep, that's okay.
Ah,
I'll go in and edit afterwards, and then I will also include our description, a better description. We were kind of rushed getting this live today.
It's ready.
What?
It is. Yeah, it's ready.
That Sunday night Bible study.
Yep, it's Bible study. Such is life. Typos happen when you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
Live chat. See what's going on. Okay, so what were we doing? We were unloading hay.
Just a couple bales.
Just a couple bales, yeah.
The truck had 37 bales.
The white truck, yeah. The white truck had 37 bales. And Tess had
80
bales. Yeah. So that's 117 bales?
Yeah.
So we were Tess is parked up here by the house because we're not driving Tess down by the pole barn. And we unloaded the white truck first, drove it back up, put, upteen bales into the white truck, drove back down to the pole barn via the laundry room. So we had to go down, turn around, come back up. And we rinsed and repeated about 6 or 7 times.
Mm-hmm. We only lost one bale. That was kind of funny.
Yep. One bale fell off the back.
We'll have a video of this
Mhm.
uploaded at some point. Probably
At some
sometime
point.
this week. Because
Hopefully.
you have another video you want to
Correct.
upload.
Yep.
So we got one in the queue,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll do the hay bale
I'm
one.
a little bit behind.
It's all right. We
Yeah.
just sit around and do nothing.
No, exactly. But it was fun using Tess to pick up the hay.
It was.
It was really good. I expected like 50 or 60 bales. When they stacked them, they figured around 70.
I guess 70.
Mhm.
I mean, it gets crazy when you're just, throwing bales up in there and you're hot, sweaty, itchy, trying to keep track of numbers, and then you just don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, 80. That's better than what they thought as far as yield from the field
Mhm.
too,
I think so.
because they were thinking more like 50-ish. So when we say 80, they're going to be like, wow, God is good.
Yes. Yeah. So that's 117 bales at $7 a bale.
Hi, I'm glad you're here.
Oh. Hello. Hey, I heard we have a new family member. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations to Mom and Dad and Grandma and Grandpa and great grandma and all of the whole family. Yep. So we have a new family member that we're very excited about that maybe we'll eventually meet. We live quite a far away from the rest of the family, so but again, yes, congratulations. What else did we do this week? 2 days. I mean, that's 2 days of, well, that's the day. Today would be day 3 of hay.
Day 3 of hay.
Replanted the blueberry bushes into one of our raised beds.
And then we got the other raised bed. Oh, that was another thing. I
Yep.
got a load of dirt.
Yep. Load of soil.
A load of soil. Compost mix.
Ish. Yeah.
So we'll probably plant garlic in that. What's nice about those raised beds is nothing can get in there. The cats will stay out.
Mm-hmm. Because they're little greenhouses too. So there's a little greenhouse cover that we could put over. I do this, but it looks funny. So yeah.
Looks like you're dancing.
Why do you have to do that to me? You're gonna be dancing.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been busy with work.
Mm-hmm.
Good news with my good mixed news with my job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much I've shared about it, but over the past 4 weeks, it's been kind of touch and go with the grant money. We received an email early August saying, "Thanks for your work. The grant money's done in 2 weeks, so your last day is going to be like the 9th or something." We're like, "What is going on?" So then it was like, we get one extra week added, another extra week added, and then some other grants like giving us another couple more days or whatever. But long story short, our team has been cut from 7 to 3, which I'm kind of sad about, but the money is there through the end of December. So hurricane relief cleanup will continue for 3 of us. 2 of our team has found other jobs, and 2 others are doing some different kind of contract work. So it's not working out the way exactly we thought it was going to in the beginning, but God is working in different ways.
In different ways, yes.
So
that's the kittens.
Yeah, the kittens being kittens.
What else was there? There was something that didn't make content is figured out one of the chickens that were pecking at the eggs.
We don't have her anymore.
So she is no longer with us. Yep. She was addressed old school style.
In another news, our egg count is up. And that's tough stuff. I mean, it is.
Yeah, because
they have a job. Their job is to scratch and peck and eat bugs and ticks and things and lay eggs, and not to eat the eggs, because the eggs are for us and for other people. And
so if you have one chicken laying one egg that's eating 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs, that math don't work out.
No.
So that chicken's got to go, and that one's gone. But we did discover that somebody else is still pecking at eggs.
Yeah, but that's part of another problem, I think.
No, because the ones I found were in the nesting box.
Okay.
So we have
several problems.
We have others that are laying eggs where they're not supposed to, and they're falling down off of ledges. So yeah, when you disturb a chicken's habits, the chicken's habits start to change and they start doing their own thing. So then you kind of have to retrain them. We are in the retraining phase. But in other news, our duck eggs are doing well.
Oh, I'll probably release a short on that tonight. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's familiar with candling eggs, but you take a really high power flashlight, you put it right next to the egg to see if there's life in it. And I've got 12 eggs with life in them. And I will post that short later tonight.
Yeah.
About 15 more days. If all goes well, we should have up to 12 duck eggs.
Right.
Ducklings.
Ducklings.
From the eggs.
If the Lord wills.
Yeah.
The babies are running around all over the place. We have
in their pens.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm still dealing with the hay, but so we have 6 baby ewes, 6 big ewes, 2 baby rams, 2 big rams. So our flock has doubled. And what we're going to be doing, so if you're interested in a starter flock, a ewe in milk, a ewe that is probably pregnant, any of those scenarios, that's kind of what we're building right now.
Right.
We're building a flock that we can distribute to others that are looking to get into sheep. Specifically the East Frisian Tunis breed, because they are meat, milk, and wool. So if you're watching and you're interested, let us know. Information's below for the email. or at least it will be. And yeah, because what we're going to do, we'll do our normal breeding with our older flock October, November, December. Then in January is when we'll start the babies. We'll put the babies, split up the babies how they need to be breeding together, and they'll go.
The ones that are 9 months old.
Yes. They'll go January, February, March. So we'll have March babies and probably June babies. See, I did that. So anywhere within that time period, if you're looking for possibly pregnant starter flock, baby lambs, moms in milk, whatever situation you're looking for, let us know. If you're looking for one sheep to be by itself and not with another flock, rest of a flock, we won't do that. We got to go in at least pairs, because they are herd or flock animals. So got to take care of the animals first.
Well, and the reason why we have so much hay and why we're trying to get so much hay put up this season is because we have twice as many mouths to feed as well.
Yeah. Yes. So, I mean, again, that's part of the ministry. You know, the hay feeds the sheep feed the people. So, if you're interested in helping out in any way, shape, or form, with that aspect of things, we will have contact information below, along with our links for Venmo, PayPal, all that good stuff, or emails. Because not only does it support us, it also supports the family that
we buy the hay from.
And I'm not saying us as like we take a paycheck. We do not take a paycheck for any of this. This is all to bring honor and glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So paychecks are not taken. Money's turned right back into the ministry, which supports others in our area. So like we have to pay for all this hay. So if you make a donation towards the ministry and want to go to the hay, it goes directly to that family. That family's our age. He's actually 2 years older than me, and they just had a baby too. I'm talking a baby. Yeah.
Their
Plus,
baby's so cute.
Yes. And they have a 1.5-year-old and 10-ish and maybe 13, 14-ish. So
yeah, and then there's maybe an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, there is another one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of kids.
They're a family of five kids.
5 kids.
A family of 7.
So
yeah. So we definitely we're very intentional about buying our hay from them to support them.
And we know how they grow the hay. There's no spray. There's none of that. It's how we need to feed our animals. So, the good Lord put us together, good Christian family. So yeah, if you're interested in helping us and helping them, hit us up. Plus, we also barter with them. So we gave them a couple meat birds for their freezer. They asked us for some ground pork. We got them some ground pork. We have to grind some more pork, so we have to borrow a grinder so we could grind some more pork. Yeah, it's fun.
No, but then when we borrow the grinder from our friend, in return we give her, meat as well.
Yeah, she'll get chicken as well.
Yes. It all works out. They have, we have something that somebody else could use, so we give it to them, and then if we're in need, then it just works.
Yeah, it's like when we were transporting the sheep, we had to borrow a trailer, so it had a couple bad tires on it, so we put tires on it. They weren't bad; they were dry rotting.
No, they were bad. I wasn't going to go that far.
So we put tires on it. That's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
Take care of those who take care of you. But anyways, I'm getting a little long-winded.
You are.
It's been a busy week, but so tonight we're going to be in Daniel. Waiting for the reaction.
She's going to hold the reaction just to make you mad. She said, yay,
Yep.
yay, good.
Um,
I was like, Daniel? Yep, that's what he landed at.
Yep. During the week, even like as I'm working, I'll keep my Bible app playing, so the word is being broadcast and I'm listening. And, I know I mentioned starting Exodus and going through that, but it just doesn't fit right now, so I'm guessing that was for me. There are some things that I know I read and do and hear for me, and I know there is others that I read and do for others.
Mm-hmm.
So when I listened to Daniel, it felt like Daniel was the right direction to go. So I'm such a happy camper.
Awesome.
So yes, we will be in Daniel for the next couple of weeks. But I think I might be able to use these glasses. But I'm going to get my other ones.
I found him some new glasses, some new readers.
But they're not quite.
They're not quite strong enough?
I don't know if they're strong enough or too strong. It ain't easy, I'm telling you.
Nope. You want me to start?
You could start. Yes,
all right,
please.
Daniel 1:1. In the 3rd year of the reign of... See, you listened to a lot of this, and I haven't. Joachim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord delivered Joachim, king of Judah, into his hand, along with some of the articles from the temple of God. These he carried off to the temple of his God in Babylonia and put it in the treasure house of his God. Then the king ordered Aspenaz, chief of the court officials, to bring in some of the Israelites from the royal family and nobility, young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well-informed, quick to understand, qualified to serve in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. The king assigned with them a daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. They were to be trained for 3 years, and after that they were to enter the king's service. Among were some from Judah: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The chief official gave them new names. To Daniel, the name Belshazzar, to Hananiah, Shadrach, to Mishael, Meshach, and to Azariah, Abednego. But Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine, and he asked the chief official for permission to not defile himself this way. Now God had caused the official to show favor and sympathy to Daniel, but the official told Daniel, "I'm afraid of my lord and king, who has assigned your food and drink. Why would he see you looking worse than the other young men your age? The king would then have my head because of you." Daniel then said to the guard whom the chief official had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, "Please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat the royal food, and treat your servants in accordance with what you see." So he agreed to this and tested them for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any of the young men who ate the royal food. So the guard took away their choice food and the wine they were to drink and gave them vegetables instead. For these 4 young men, God gave knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning, and Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. In the end of time set by the king to bring them in, the chief official presented them to Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them, and he found none equal to Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, so they entered the king's service. In every manner of wisdom and understanding about which the king questioned them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in the whole kingdom. And Daniel remained there until the first year of King Cyrus.
Chapter 2. In the second year of his reign, Nebuchadnezzar had dreams. His mind was troubled, and he could not sleep. So the king summoned the magicians, enchanters, sorcerers, and astrologers to tell him what he had dreamed. When they came and stood before the king, he said to them, I have had a dream that troubles me, and I want to know what it means. Then the astrologers answered the king in Aramaic, O king, live forever. Tell your servants the dream, and we will interpret it. The king replied to the astrologers, This is what I have firmly decided. If you do not tell me what my dream was and interpret it, I will have you cut into pieces and your houses turned into piles of rubble. But if you tell me the dream and explain it, you will receive from me gifts and rewards and great honor. So tell me the dream and interpret it for me. Once more they replied, Let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will interpret it. Then the king answered, I am certain that you are trying to gain time because you realize that this is what I have firmly decided. If you do not tell me the dream, there is just one penalty for you. You have conspired to tell me misleading and wicked things, hoping the situation will change. So then, tell me the dream, and I will know that you can interpret it for me. The astrologers answered the king, There is not a man on earth who can do what the king asks. No king, however great and mighty, has ever asked such a thing of any magician or enchanter or astrologer. What the king asks is too difficult. No one can reveal it to the king except the gods, and they do not live among men. This made the king so angry and furious that he ordered the execution of all the wise men of Babylon. So the decree was issued to put the wise men to death, and men were sent to look for Daniel and his friends to put them to death. When Arioch, the commander of the king's guard, had gone out to put to death the wise men of Babylon, Daniel spoke to him with wisdom and tact. He asked the king's officer, Why did the king issue such a harsh decree? Arioch then explained the matter to Daniel. At this, Daniel went to the king and asked for time, so that he might interpret the dream for him. Then Daniel returned to his house and explained the matter to his friends Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. He urged them to plead for mercy from the God of heaven concerning this mystery, so that he and his friends might not be executed with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. During the night, the mystery was revealed to Daniel in a vision. Then Daniel praised the God of heavens and said, Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He sets up kings and opposes them. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him. I thank you and praise you, O God of my fathers. You have given me wisdom and power. You have made known to me what we asked of you. You have made known to us the dream of the king.
And Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to execute the wise men of Babylon, and said unto him, Do not execute the wise men of Babylon. Take me to the king, and I will interpret his dream for him. Arioch took Daniel to the king at once and said, I have found a man among the exiles from Judah who can tell the king what his dream means. The king asked Daniel, also called Belshazzar, okay, That's in the shadow. Are you able to tell me what I saw in my dream and interpret it? Daniel replied, No wise man, enchanter, magician, or diviner can explain to the king the mystery he has asked about, but there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. He has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in days to come. Your dream and the visions that pass through your mind as you lay in bed are these. As you were lying there, O king, your mind turned to things to come, and the revealer of mysteries showed you what is going to happen. As for me, this mystery has been revealed to me, not because I have greater wisdom than other living men, but so that you, O king, may know the interpretation and that you may understand what went through your mind. You looked, O king, and before you stood a large statue, an enormous, dazzling statue, awesome in appearance. The head of the statue was made of pure gold, in its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of baked clay. While you were watching, a rock was cut out, but not by human hands. It struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay and smashed them. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold were broken to pieces at the same time and became like chaff on a threshing floor in the summer. The wind swept them away without leaving a trace, but the rock that struck the statue became a huge mountain and filled the whole earth. This was the dream, and now we will interpret it to the king. You, O king, are the king of kings. The God of heaven has given you dominion and power and might and glory. In your hands he has placed mankind and the beasts of the field and the birds of the air. Wherever they live, he has made you ruler over them all. You are that head of gold. After you, another kingdom will rise, inferior to yours. Next, a third kingdom, one of bronze, will rule over the whole earth. Finally, will be a fourth kingdom, strong as iron, for iron breaks and smashes everything, as does iron breaks things to pieces, so it will crush and break all the others. Just as you saw the feet and toes of partly of baked clay and partly of iron, so this will be a divided kingdom, yet it will have some strength of iron in it. Even as you saw iron mixed with clay. As the toes were partly iron and partly clay, so this kingdom will be partly strong and partly brittle. And just as you saw iron mixed with baked clay, so the people will be a mixture and will not remain united any more than the iron mixes with clay. In the time of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed, nor will it be left to those other people. It will crush all those kingdoms and bring them to an end, but it itself will endure forever. This is the meaning of the vision of the rock, cut out of a mountain, but not by human hands, a rock that broke the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold to pieces. This great God has shown the king what will take place in the future. The dream is true, and the interpretation is trustworthy. Then King Nebuchadnezzar fell prostrate before Daniel and paid him honor and ordered that an offering and incense be presented to him. The king said to Daniel, "Surely your God is the God of gods and the Lord of kings and revealer of mysteries, for you are able to reveal this mystery." Then the king placed Daniel in a high position and lavished many gifts on him. He made him ruler over the entire province of Babylon and placed him in charge of all its wise men. Moreover, at Daniel's request, the king appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego administrators over the province of Babylon, while Daniel himself remained at the royal court.
Chapter 3. King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold 90 feet high and 9 feet wide, and set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. He then summoned the satraps, prefects, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all the other provincial officials to come to the dedication of the image he had set up. So the satraps, prefects, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all the other provincial officers assembled for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. and they stood before it. Then the herald loudly proclaimed, "This is what you are commanded to do, O peoples, nations, and men of every language. As soon as you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music, you must fall down and worship the image of gold that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Whoever does not fall down and worship immediately will be thrown into a blazing furnace." Therefore, as soon as they heard the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, and all kinds of music, all the peoples, nations, and men of every language fell down and worshipped the image of gold that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. At this time, some astrologers came and forwarded and denounced the Jews. They said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "O king, live forever. You have issued a decree, O king, that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music must fall down and worship the image of gold, and that whoever does not fall down and worship will be thrown into a blazing furnace. But there are some Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who pay no attention to you, O king. They neither serve your gods nor worship the image of gold you have set up." Furious with rage, Nebuchadnezzar summoned Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So these men were brought before the king. And Nebuchadnezzar said to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the image of gold that I have set up? Now, when you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music, if you are ready to fall down and worship the image I made, very good. But if you do not worship it, you'll be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then what God will be able to rescue you from my hands?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it, and he will rescue us from your hand, O king. But even if he does not, we want you to know, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar was furious with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and his attitude toward them changed. He ordered the furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual, and he commanded some of his strongest soldiers in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the blazing furnace. So these men, wearing their robes, trousers, turbans, and other clothes, were bound and thrown into the blazing furnace. The king's command was so urgent and the furnace so hot that the flames of the fire killed the soldiers who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, firmly tied, fell into the blazing furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar leaped to his feet in amazement and asked his advisors, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied, "Certainly, O king." He said, "Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Nebuchadnezzar then approached the opening of the blazing furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisors crowded around them. They saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their heads singed or their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has set his angel and rescued his servants. They trusted in him and defied the king's command, and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. Therefore I decree that the people of any nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be cut into pieces, and their houses be turned into piles of rubble. For no other God can save in this way. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think that's a good place to.
There's a lot more in my translation. A whole 68 verses. Wow. Wow. What version are you reading from? And yes, now I see Veggie Tales in my head.
I don't have that problem.
No, my kids, I had all the Veggie Tales. Rack, Shack, and Benny.
Where did Rack, Shack, and Benny go?
Yeah, to the fiery furnace.
Yeah.
New Revised Standard Version. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Whew. That's heavy right there. And it's a lot to take in.
Especially with the events of the week.
Mm-hmm. And everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the different kingdoms he talks about and the age that, the ages that have gone by and the ages that we're in and the divisions that are out there, and it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up this evening.
Yes. No, my heart's been heavy the past week for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And, it's not only just my job, it's just the events of the world. It's, events of the nations. And I think it's affecting everyone differently. And in this area, the anniversary of the flood, of the hurricane, that's this month.
That's fastly approaching.
Like in 2 weeks. So there's a lot going on that we're praying through. And yeah, lots of feels.
Yep.
Lots of feels.
We are supposed to be out next Saturday at an event. She already forgot. She's supposed to be baking some shepherd's pie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. Shepherd's pie and apple pie.
Shepherd's pie and apple pie. So that's on Saturday.
She just spooked the sheep.
Yeah. Sorry, activities outside the windows and stuff. That's weird that the sheep was that. But anyways. So yeah, we'll be at that event. I think we dance this Friday night.
We do dance this Friday.
We go dancing this Friday night. Then it's going to be a tiring weekend. This old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot.
A lot. Yeah. All feeling it.
Yes. But again, as always, we do pray for y'all, and thank you for your prayers for us. They mean more than anything. Prayer, the strength of prayer is real. So thank you for supporting us in prayer and lifting us up as we continue to move forward. And then the anniversary of the flood is coming up. We will be at an event that weekend also, giving as much stuff away as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that'll be fun. And then family's visiting shortly after that.
What? We have family visiting?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Whoop! Yes. Looking forward to it.
yes. But we're gonna sign off for now. I actually have to rinse off because I'm like going
super
scratchy from the hay right now.
I was able to get a quick rinse off in before the reading, but yeah.
But I did not. I did put on a different shirt though, so
I came out here. I'm like, wow, you got a nice shirt on. Yes, I've been putting a nice shirt on too.
So now it's time to go close up the outside and rinse off and maybe have some dinner.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's for dinner?
Leftover fried chicken.
There's only 2 pieces though.
Well, we got some other chicken in there too. So
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But that's our joke. It's like, here it is, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Oh, what are we having for dinner?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm sure other people have that. If you have,
yeah, it's 7:15, by the way.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
It's a late night.
Yeah. But on that note, y'all take care, and we'll see you next week.
We'll be praying for you. You pray for us. All of us pray for our nation.
Pray for our nation, yes.
Yeah.
And the world.
Yeah.
So, ready?
Yep.
Take care now.
Bye.